Hello everybody, thank you so much for visiting Riders United YouTube channel. This is the place where I release weekly videos related to motorcycles, and I also try to share some helpful tips and tricks for any motorcycle rider. And today is a really exciting episode for me because I will be talking about the installation of the Legend suspension, and after the installation I will take the bike for a quick ride. So if you would like to see my impression and quick review of this product, please stick around and I will show you what I got. Here we go. So I have to say, this suspension is definitely not the cheap proposition for anybody that owns this Harley Davidsons. And in many cases, unfortunately, this front suspension or the back suspension really sucks. And I have to say, this was a really big surprise for me, especially after I have Heritage Softail in the past, where suspension was really great. I was really shocked how bad this suspension was on my 2022 Road King Special. So I have to say, on my ride from the dealership after I purchased the motorcycle, I was quite disappointed with this after spending so much money on a brand new bike, and I decided that I will have to do this upgrade pretty fast. And I would like to say a special thank you for Bob's Garage YouTube channel, because he as well as HD Vibe have the same bikes in the past, and they kind of both let me know that there is like 3 major components that have to be replaced with this Road King Special. One will be the handlebar, the second one will be suspension, and the third one will be the seat. So those are the 3 things that will have to happen with my upgrades. So let me take you to the bike and I will show you this installation for the suspension, and I will take the bike for the ride and I will tell you what are my first impressions. So first I have to remove the saddlebags in order to get to the shocks, which is super easy. You will just open your saddlebags and just unscrew these 2 screws. Here you go. You can close it so it's easier to move, and just lift it up gently. Here we go, the shock is exposed. Let's get the other side. The same situation here. So what I'm going to do first, I will make sure that those screws are loose and just unscrew them before I start do anything. So yeah, this is good enough for now. Okay, this one is good too. So right now I have this 2 bolts loose. I will do the same thing on the opposite side, just to make sure that when I leave the bike and I try to remove this, there will be no problem with the installation. So I was able to secure the bike on this lift. I just lifted up a little bit just so the wheel is freely moving in here. So it should allow me to remove those shocks pretty easily. And after that, I will have to jack up the bike a little bit more because the new shocks are 13 inches. Those are 12s. So yeah, after that I should be good to go. So let me try to do that right now. But this is always a good moment to clean everything. Make sure you protect your surfaces like your exhaust, just to make sure you don't scratch or damage anything. And yeah, right now, since we have those bolt screws slightly loose, I will be able to remove this shock hopefully fairly easy. Alright, so the top is off. We have to remove this washer and we're not gonna reuse that. And right now we can easily unscrew the bottom. So here we go, the shocks are off. So here you can see how you will put this all together. So you will take this screw with the shorter washer, or spacer rather, and then you will put this thicker washer behind it. And right now we will apply some Loctite. And right now we can position the shock along with the bike setup and these mounting screws, and you will screw it in. And if needed, you will have to probably adjust the height of the back wheel, just so you will have this nice alignment between your shock and the swing arm, and after that you will just screw it back in here. So let me just show you how much sag you're gonna get out of this straight from the factory before I adjust anything. So I'm sitting on the bike right now, and as you can see, there is like a little bit of sag in there. I have to say I probably need a little bit more, but just to show you like what is the difference between this and stock, because with the stock suspension there was almost nothing when you were sitting on the bike, and in here you can already see that it's moving slightly. So before adjustment, I'm gonna spray a little bit of WD-40 on the threads just to make sure that it's easy to turn the spring. So make sure that you protect your brakes, and yeah, just a little bit, and yeah, just let it sit for a second, probably a little bit more in here, just so it can kind of get to all these grooves. I'm gonna do the same thing on the opposite side, and after I adjust everything, I will clean this up really nicely. But yeah, that should be fine right now. I'm gonna just let it sit for a moment. So after I sprayed this WD-40, I sat on the bike and my shock was not compressing enough, so it was a little bit longer than necessary. But yes, this extra lubrication allowed me to turn this spring really easy. As you can see, you can do it even with one hand after it's properly lubricated. So yes, I have to loosen the spring and extend it a little bit, probably like half of an inch, going a little bit lower in here, and you can measure this distance between bottom of the shock and bottom in here, or maybe the sag of the whole motorcycle. And right now I was able to achieve 12 inches between those two centers of the screws for this 13 inches shock. So I should be fine right now. I'm gonna start with the rebound of 3 as recommended by Legends, and yeah, I will try the bike, and yeah, hopefully that will help me out with getting more comfort. You can also make a really simple tool like this, where you will take the piece of aluminum or wood or whatever, just measure 12 inches between those two pieces, and just put the nails in there or screw, and when you sit on the bike, somebody else can measure in here for you if those center of the screws are properly aligned, and that will verify the proper sag for you. So after you do your adjustment and verify everything on both sides is the same, you will be able to put your bags on, wipe it down, make sure that everything is nice and clean. So now is the time for the test ride. So here we go. I'm back from this few days of trying this suspension. I have to say I rode about 150 miles, and I would like to say special thank you to Fuel Moto. That was the shop from which I purchased this shocks. I deal with Fuel Moto for quite some time. They are really awesome folks, so I will highly recommend them to anybody that would like to purchase the suspension. Shipping was really fast, and I have to say it's always great experience to deal with the team at Fuel Moto in Appleton, Wisconsin. I get my shocks really quickly, and I have to say I'm really like blown away with the quality of the ride after this short period of time. So probably about the first 50 mile, I just went with the recommendation from the Legends. I set up the sag, and there was still a little bit of like a bottoming out, so I stiffened the spring a little bit. I give it like one extra turn. I was playing with some preload initially before the adjustment of the sag. After the installation, I try with 3, 2, and even 1 at some point, and after I adjust this one turn of the spring, I just went back to 3 again. And I have to say, yes, this is definitely a huge improvement. I was always hoping that I will get the quality of the ride that I have on my Heritage Softail that I have before. And I have to say, as far as this rear shocks, I'm definitely feeling that I'm in the right spot right now. So I will have to say this is definitely money well spent, And I would like to mention this video is not sponsored by Legends or Fuel Moto, but I have to say Fuel Moto is highly recommended from my experience. I mean, this is just awesome shop. So I mean, I will just highly recommend this shop from the bottom of my heart. I mean, really awesome guys to work with. And I will have to say, yes, this is not the cheap upgrade, but it's definitely worth it if you are planning to travel on your bike long distance, as I will imagine most of the owners of these touring motorcycles are probably doing anyway. I will say yes, money well spent, and I will have to say this is something that I will highly recommend to anybody that have these bikes. And I mean, this is everything that I got for you guys today. So yeah, definitely thumbs up for this product from me. And as always, I would like to ask you for the subscription. You have the subscription icon on the right corner of your screen. I always appreciate any comments and suggestions. I also wonder about your experience with Legend suspension. So please feel free to share your comments, and I'm always looking for learning from the audience of my channel. So this is no different. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can connect with me on the Riders United Motorcycle Facebook group. This is the place where you can ask me the questions directly, and I will be always more than happy to answer any questions related to this or any other video that I have on my channel. I currently have over 100 different videos, so I really hope that you will find something interesting for yourself. And in the coming weeks, I will have quite a few other upgrades for my Road King Special. So please stick around. If you have the touring model, I will be more than happy to share those with you. And this is everything that I got for you guys today. So thank you so much for being with me in here. And as always, please ride safe, and I will see you next Friday. Bye-bye.